as Jimmy said, the judgments from the European Court of Justice show you very clearly where the agenda is at and where the law is at as regards workers' rights. And the test for workers' rights provision is exactly as you say, when the rights of business or the market collide with the rights of workers, which prevails? Who wins? That's the question. And the courts have given us the answer to that question. The rights of business and the rights of the market win every time. We need this social progress protocol. That's an absolute cert. But the government never had any intention of going after that, something that was substantive and real and that would make a difference. Instead, they settled for weasel words. And not alone did they simply settle for weasel words, that's all they looked for. The government didn't go energetically to Europe and say, look, these are the issues, this is what we need to secure. No, they actually apologized. They were embarrassed by the Irish no vote. And they settled for political choreography. They settled for a cynical maneuver. Now, for the political classes in this country, maybe that's okay. The Labour Party will tell you that we have a charter of rights that is going to solve all ills in the world. Fine Gael will tell you that you just vote for treaties, but just don't worry what's in them. Fianna Fáil will just do what Fianna Fáil do. And that's okay for them. But treaties are for keeps. They're not short-term measures. And the people who pick up the tab for bad policy and bad treaties are the people here. It's you and I. It's the citizens of this state, and most particularly the workers of this state, and more particularly, again, the working or unemployed poor of our state. And that's why we need to fight this with every ounce of passion and commitment that we can muster. Because the Yes campaign coming at us this time, I think, will be much more organised. I think they're going to try and coordinate their efforts, and they'll certainly be throwing plenty of mud and slurs at this side of the table. They'll say that we're isolationists, that we're a bit backwards, that we've our heads in the sand. They'll say that what we're going to do is cause an even greater recession and depression in the state, and above all, they'll cite Iceland. Iceland will hang over us like the sword of Damocles waiting to fall. All of this is deeply dishonest, of course. Dishonest and cynical. And we have to be organised enough, and I would say as a campaign, united enough to see off those arguments, to give people the facts, give people the information, and say to people categorically, you need to come out and vote on this. After the last, on polling day, the last time I was down around East Wall, and I ran into a guy at the polling station who said, no, I was trying out to vote. So I haven't very much, you clearly weren't voting for me. But anyway, he said, no, and I said, well, tell me, how is it that you're voting, that you've made such an effort to be here today? He said, well, Mary Lou, this matters. This really matters. And we need to get that sense into people of the long-term negative effects of this treaty. To finish here, can I just say, in the midst of board snip nua, and I always understood the snip means something entirely different, establishing social welfare provisions, but however, in the midst of on board snip, rocketing unemployment, and near despair for some people, let's be honest. I think maybe we've learned the biggest lesson that we need to learn as the people, and it's this, that consensus isn't always a good thing. And that certainly to dampen debate is never a good thing. And just as the economists who knew it all told us, yes, you can keep lowering taxes, but yes, we can keep giving public services. They said that, and that was accepted as the truth. And anybody who raised their voice against that with European policy. Let's not make that mistake, because the politicians do not have the monopoly of wisdom on this matter. The people were right last year. I believe the people will be right again on October 2nd. I believe this is a campaign we can win, and this is a campaign that we want people from every walk of life, from every political party. If the politics is right, if your case is right on Lisbon, if you're against this treaty, if you're for democracy, come out and campaign with us, and let's see it all for once and for all. Very much.